evening, everyone. This is Robert, RJL 518, welcoming you to another edition of World War II Tiger Leader. This is Poland Mokra 1939 campaign. The objective is cut off. And we are in week 3, battle number 2. This will be the final battle of the campaign. And this will tell us how we finish. At the moment, we are at a good evaluation. We have 13 points. And we so already have a good evaluation for the campaign. Today, we're going against the big one. This is the Polish Large Armor Force. They have 6 tanks, 4 half-tracks, 2 rifle squads, 2 machine gun squads, 2 anti-tank guns, and 2 armored cars in this force. Steeler fan is first to join us in the battlefield. So if we can wipe out this battalion, it will give us a total of 5 victory points, which will bring us a 13 to an 18. We will finish with a great evaluation in this campaign. We do have some special cards which have already been used. Our special card for the week, the special condition card, was ambush. So after you place enemy units step, you may move each of your units up to 3 hexes. So pretty much the way this map came out, I actually have the village of Mokra right at me right now. So to probably move forward would be a mistake because I got the cover. So we're going to see if the Polish forces advance on us. We also have a card from yesterday, Infantry Cohesion. This was the event. This was the event card was pulled from the end of the last one, where we add 1 to your rifle, anti-tank, and machine gun team rolls this next battle. So this is a very good card to have. So we will try to keep track of that as we now begin the final battle of this campaign. This is, of course, and this probably will be a little bit, but probably the last of Tiger Leader. We'll see for a little bit. Final battle of Tiger Leader. And then tomorrow night, we're going to do another short U-boat leader campaign in the battle begins. We'll probably take a whole bunch of untrained subs or something like that and see what we can do. So we are ready for some excitement, as we have today my largest force I've ever assembled. We have 221 up here, and that is a Panzer II commanded by Schmidt, and he is okay. He has 3 stress, but he's okay. Going from left to right, 903 is a rifle team commanded by Haas. He is okay. 901 is a rifle team commanded by Weidman, and he is okay. 1003 is an experienced anti-tank team commanded by Steiner, and he is okay. 1007 is an experienced anti-tank team. He's commanded by Eschbach, and he is shaken. He is shaken, but he is not unfit, so he can fight today. 392 is our short Panzer III, commanded by Schneider, and he is okay. He is also a marksman, which means he ignores cover in the enemy hex. Then we have 912, and that is our anti-tank team, commanded by Stump, and he is okay. 911 is another anti-tank team commanded by Graf. He is cautious. He is okay. He is cautious, but he's also a spotter, so he ignores cover blocking line of sight. We have 391. That is a Panzer III. That is commanded by Albert, and he is okay. And then a new unit we purchased with the last one, 441, and that is a short-nosed Panzer IV, commanded by Lang. He's a recruit, but that was who we picked up after getting some SO points from destroying the battalions. So we got a pretty good force here. I really don't think the Poles really are any match for this group, but we shall find out as we move forward to finish this campaign in Poland. So I guess we get started. We drew support forces as the starting event card. And it says remove a total of 2 hits from any of the units in your command. Well, I don't have any hits, so the card was pretty much useless. But that is what we got. That would have been a better card if we had any hits from the last, from any damage in the last battle. So, but we're ready to go. So let's see what we're going to do. We're going to start with battle turn number 1. We have to get this battalion down to 7 in order to eliminate them. So first, let's find out how aggressive the Poles are going to be. And we roll a D10, and it is a 1. They're not going to be aggressive. They're going to be rolling a D6 to decide how they're going to move. So we actually want to move forward because we are in cover. I really don't plan to move forward unless I have to. It's amazing how the draw came. I actually got both city tiles down south. This is the village of Mokra, I'm stating. And we got to break out. We just got to get through these guys. So we already have a good evaluation no matter what. But if we destroy the battalion, the enemy battalion, we will have a great evaluation. Fast move and attack. We only have one guy that has a tactic, and that's the experienced anti-tank team, 1007. He's the only one with a tactic available. So we don't have him. And there's another one. And 1003 also has a tactic. 1003 also has a tactic, and he's the other experienced anti-tank team. None of them, actually Schmidt, the Panzer, and also Panzer 2. The Panzer 2 also has a tactic, I should say. Let's see. The Panzer 221 has a tactic because of the commander. So we're all set, ready to get started. The final battle of this campaign in Poland. So let's see if the Germans can get through these guys as we're ready to play. As far as using a tactic, I think I may just do that right now. 221, Panzer 2. I actually moved him 2 spaces forward. I would to see if he can eliminate one of these guys up here as the Polish forces move forward a little bit. So 221 is going to use his tactic now. And he is in a Panzer 2. And his HE attack is 6. I'm going to have him go up against one of the machine gun teams. I'm going to go against one of the machine gun teams because these right now are the more dangerous of these two because of an attack of 4. So we're going to have him go up against the machine gun team. His HE attack is 6. He gets +1 from the commander, so that would make it a 5. That would make it a 5. He is not infantry, though, so we don't get that rifle, anti-tank, or machine gun to that. So the Panzer 2 needs to roll 5s in order to hit the machine gun team. So we're going to fire. We're going to try to draw first blood on this group. So we need 5s. And we get a 2 and a 0. We do get, which is a 10. So we get a 5. The machine gun team is a 1. This is light cover, so his defense is a 2. So with 2 or lower, he survives, and he does not. We go ahead, and we go ahead and remove the first unit from the armor force. So the machine gun team is destroyed right there and there, as we already get a hit on the Polish forces. So now it is now time for them to roll for enemy move. We already know they're using a D6. So let's see what they're doing. It is a 3. So we're going to go ahead. They're going to come down to here. So let's see. We got tanks advance to cover. So these tanks are going to advance to cover. Let's see. This tank will advance. There is cover here. They're on roads, but the roads only mean thing for us. They don't mean for them. So this tank does advance to cover into light cover, and he will attack. This tank will go after our tank, obviously. So his attack rating is a 5 to hit the 221. Of course, he did move, so he is a -1, so he needs a 6. So he needs 6s or higher to hit 221. And he got a 9. He got a hit. 221's defense is a 1, and he is not in any cover, so he needs a 1 to avoid it. Nope, He is going to take a hit. And the commander, just like that, is KIA. Just like that, my Panzer II's commander, Schmidt, who was average in this battle, blip, and he's gone. Just like that. We lose the commander on the first turn. So he is out of there. So we lose the commander just like that. That hurts. That hurts. The next tank will also advance to cover, so he's going to move into here as well. Looks like all these tanks are going to come in. His attack is a 5. He will attack 221. He is in range. They'll go up against the tank. So his range is he is 5. He did move, of course, so it's a 6. So he needs 6s to hit 221. He got 1 hit, and 221 needs a 1. Nope, he's going to take another damage. And it is going to be 1 stress. Of course, there is no stress on him because the commander was killed. So that means I actually redraw. And it's going to be a hull hit. So he actually takes a hull. So the Panzer II takes a hull. That does it's no effect, but if he gets another hull hit, he's gone. So he is done. This tank will do the same thing. He does advance to cover, which he is. And he will do the same thing to hit. He needs 6s to hit 221. He got a hit, and we need a 1 to get the damage. Nope, we're going to take another 1. And it is glancing. Glancing is suffer 1 stress at start of the battles. So that's just a doink over on the hull. This Panzer II is taking some hits. And that is for sure. This tank, there is no cover for him to move to. There is no cover for him to move to here. There is no cover, so he will stay put, but he will attack 221. He has a 5. He did not move, but he's 2 hexes away, so his range is still 6s, so he needs a 6 to hit. He gets a hit. We need a 1. Nope, we're going to take another hit on 221. Commander killed in action has already been used. Commander killed in action again comes up. Suspension 1 stress. So this vehicle is now not moving. So 221 is now dead on the battlefield as he cannot move with that suspension hit. So he cannot move at all. So that does hurt right there. So 221, maybe I put him out there as cannon fodder. I don't know, but right now these Polish tanks are doing what they can. Let's see here. So we got 3 tanks. So 4 tanks of attack. The other 2 tanks advance to cover. There is no cover for them to move, so these tanks will remain where they're at. Since they do not move, since there is no advance to cover, if none of the adjacent hexes have cover, the unit does not move. So there is no cover here. So these tanks stay away, and they do not attack because they are out of range. Next up is the anti-tank. There are no anti-tank teams on this board for them. There is armored car. Armored car advance to cover. This armored car will go ahead and advance to cover. Looks like everybody is coming into this X. He will advance to cover, and he will attack. And his rating is an 8, but he moved, so he needs a 9. So he needs 9s to hit. And he got 1. Wow, he got a 9. We need a 1. Nope. We're going to take another hit on him. And it is 1 stress, but that is not used because we don't have a commander. Next one is stress. I'll just keep that aside because there's no stress. Draw another one. Another 1 stress. Oh boy. Exposed. Now he's not exposed, but he is now. So now he is exposed. So he is now easier to hit on the next turn. Next up is the other armored car, and he was over here. There is no cover for him to advance to, so he will stay put. He will not attack. He is too far away. And that's it for the tanks and the armored car. We have the rifle. The rifle moves to adjacent cover. There is no adjacent cover for these rifles to move to, so the rifles will not move. And they cannot attack because 221 is 1 hex away from them, and they need to be in the same hex for armor piercing. They can be 1 hex away for HE, but nobody is in HE range, so these rifles stay where they're at. They do not move. The half tracks, they adjacent cover. This half track, there is no adjacent cover, so he will stay put. This one will stay put. This one will stay put. There's nowhere for him to go. There's no adjacent cover. And this one will stay put. So none of these half tracks will move. The machine gun team's adjacent cover. The machine guns, we have 1 machine gun team here. There is no place for him to move. He cannot attack anything. He can't hit 221. So he will stay put and will not attack. And then we go to the trucks, the mortars, and the anti-tank guns. All that's left is the anti-tank guns, and they will hold. The anti-tank gun, however, they can fire from this range. Anti-tank, his range is a 3, so 1, 2, 3. He needs 5s to hit 221. He missed. Wow, probably good. This one here is also, he's 2 hexes away. Actually, needed more than that because we're 3 hexes away. He was 3 hexes away, so actually he needed 7s. This one here can fire. He's 2 hexes away. His attack is a 5, but he's 6-2 away, so he needs 6s to hit 221. And he gets double 10, and he's going to take 2 hits. This might finish him off. First one is another glancing, which is no effect. And the second one is Ho, and that will finish him off. Boom! They destroyed 221. That's the second hull hit, and this tank is destroyed. So 221 gets blown off the map. But look at how hard it was for these guys to take out 1 tank and how easy it is actually for me to knock out their units. But the Panzer II used its tactic. Boom! And he is gone. It pretty much took almost all of the Polish units to do the damage on 1 tank, where 1 hit from me will go ahead and knock all these guys out. But now it is our turn. Let's see if we can do some damage on our own. Unfortunately, they really did not advance much. So they're still, all of these guys are in this cohesion, but I might be sending my tanks to do some damage. I may have to. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so now it's our turn. None of these guys here, I believe, are in any sort of range. I think what we're going to do is we're going to stay put, and hopefully they will come a little forward. The thing is that they have to roll a 5 or a 6 to advance if cannot attack. It looks like I may have no choice. I may have to push forward. I may have to. Because looking how this map was set up, There is no cover for these guys to advance to. And since they're rolling a D6, the most it could be is advance if cannot attack, advance to cover, or cautious advance. Cautious advance means advance only if by doing so they cannot be attacked. They can be. Advance to cover, there is no cover. Advance if cannot attack, that's the only ones that will do that will be tanks and armored cars. The rifles and the other groups will not do that. I have no choice. I have to push forward. If I want to win this battle, I'm going to have to, since they are not playing aggressive, since they're rolling a D6 and not a D10, I have to push forward. I have no choice. I have to leave the cover behind and get into their faces. First up will be 903, and he's the rifle team, and he is going to move. And of course, they're on a road, so you get one free road-to-road move each turn. But I'm not going to be that dumb. I'm not going to put him in front of here and just let him get smacked by everybody. So 903 will move, and he will not attack. 901 will move. 901, he will not attack. He is the rifle team. 1003 is the experienced anti-tank team. And he will not attack. 1007 is the other experienced anti-tank team, and he will not attack, but he has a tactic, though. 912 is the one anti-tank team, and he will move forward, but not attack. Not attack. Actually, I'll do it. 392. What did I say? 392. Actually, 392 is the Panzer III. From this range, he doesn't have to move forward. He can hit. And so Panzer III, this 392 will attack, and he is going to go after one of the tanks here, take out one of the tanks. 392 is a Panzer III. His AP attack is 7. He gets +2 from the commander, which is a 5. He is also a marksman, so ignores cover and enemy text in the enemy hex. So 392 will go ahead and attack this tank. He needs 5s. He got 2 hits, and he ignores cover. He's a marksman, so this tank needs 2 2s to survive. Nope, we blew him up. Boom! That takes care of one Polish tank. And he is done. Let's see. 911 and 912 will move forward. I have no choice. Because the Polish are not going to be aggressive, I have to move forward. 912 is anti-tank. And he gets 2 stress if move and attack. -1 attack when moving, but the commander actually will go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do that. 912, his stress is 2. We're going to make him a 4, and he's still going to be okay. So -1 attack when moving, so AP attack, so 9-1, he is going to attack. So 912, so his AP attack is 6, -1 attack moving is 7, gets a +1 from the commander, which is a 6. So he's going to go after one of these tanks. So he needs 6s to hit one of these tanks. But remember also, we add 1 to rifle, anti-tank, and machine guns. So he needs 5s. And he got 2 hits, a 9 and a 10. The tank needs 2 2s. And he got it. Oh my, he needed 2 2s, and he got 2 2s. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. 911, he will go ahead and he's an anti-tank, and he will just move forward but not attack. 391 is the Panzer III. His range is 2. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to move him 1 because I want to get a better shot. 391 is AP attack is 7, -1 is 8. The commander, though, gives him +2, which is a 6. So we need 6s to hit one of these tanks. I'm having to go after one of the tanks. And he got 1 hit. That's a 7. The tank needs a 2. Nope. That one takes him out, though. Boom! And he is out. So 391 takes care of 1 tank. Now 441. 441 is my Panzer IV. The Panzer IV is not good against tanks. He's better against HE. He's better against infantry, which it's a short-nosed Panzer IV, which is the first time I'm using him. I'll show the card. The 441st Panzer IV, and he's better against HE units than he is against tanks. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to stay where we're at. Let's stay where we're at, and we're gonna hit him with an HE of 5. The commander has a +1 at range, so it's a 4, and he is going to go after the machine gun team. So he needs 4s to hit the machine gun team. A 5 and a 3. We do get a hit. Machine gun team's defense is 1, but he is in light cover, so it needs a 2. And he got it. I don't believe it. Wow, great defense rolls by the Polish forces. That was not good. Should have taken out all 3 tanks there, but the one rolled 2 2s. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that he rolled 2 2s. And that is our turn. But now now we go to battle turn 2. So Polish forces still congregating, but we got to try to do some damage here. We do have some tactics to use, and we're going to use them. The experienced anti-tank team, 1007, is right here. And he has a tactic to use, and he will use it. He will use the tactic so we can fire at fast and slow. So his AP attack is 5. Unfortunately, he is shaken. So it's a -1, which makes it a 6. But because of the add 1 to the rifle anti-tank, it's still a 5. So he needs 2 5s, 1007, to take out this tank. So he needs 2 5s, or 1 5 at least. He got 1 hit. The tank has a 2. He's in light cover, so it's a 3. Nope, not this time. Boom, got him. So a nice job by 1007, and he'll get to go again. And another tactic we have is an experienced anti-tank team, which is 1003, which is here. One of the reasons why I moved him up, because of the tactics. So he's going to use his tactic. He is 1003. He's an experienced anti-tank team. His AP attack is 5, and he is going to attack the armored car. He's going to attack the armored car and try to knock that out. Although possibly the rifle squad, the machine gun team, might be more dangerous to hit. Or do I just go after the armored car? Better chance of taking out the armored car. It's a 5 with a +1 becomes a 4. So I'm going to go after the armored car. So we need 4s. We need 4s to take out the armored car. We get a 6 and a 1, so the 6 hits. The armored car's defense is 1. It's in light cover, so it needs a 2. Nope, not this time. Blam! And we get the Polish armored car. So their tactics are all used up. I'll bring my forces forward here a little bit on my sheet so I can keep track. So not too bad, although we did lose a tank, but we should have been able to take out a few extra units. As I said, we did take ourselves out of cover, but because they're not being aggressive, we have to push forward. We have to push forward. So those are the tactics we've used. So now they get to go. So we roll for enemy action. They're rolling 6, and it is a 1. So as you see, they're not moving. The tanks hold. These 2 tanks will hold, and they cannot attack anything. They're not in range, so they don't do anything. The armored cars, they hold. There is 1 armored car. He will not do anything. The rifle retreat to cover. There's no cover in the retreat to, so he doesn't retreat, but he will attack. And he will attack an HE unit. And that is going to be, let's see, I think the rifle team, yeah. He's going to attack, let's see here, 1003, 1007, 7, 903. I think he's going to go after 1000. Panzer 4 is too far away. I think he's going to go after the experienced anti-tank team. He is going to go after 1007. So he's going to attack here. And his range, and he needs a 6 he needs 6s to hit. So a 6 on 1007. And I rolled a D6, so I don't know why. The 4 misses. The 7 doesn't. 1007, his defense is a 3. He's in no cover, but no damage. As we get the die rolls this time. This rifle squad will do the same thing. He needs 6s. He gets a hit. We need 3s, and we take no damage. Not bad. Okay. The half tracks retreat to cover. So this one will retreat because he's got cover to retreat to. This one cannot retreat off the board, so he will not attack. Neither will this one. And of course, now there was tanks hold. This tank, I didn't see this tank does get to attack. He is 2 hexes away, and he will go after the anti-tank squad, which in this case, the most damaging one is 1007. So he will attack 1007. His range is a 5. He is 2 hexes away. So we need 6s to hit. And he missed both. A 5 and a 4. Okay. The half track retreat to cover. He cannot, there's no cover to retreat to, so he holds. And this half track will hold. There's no cover to retreat to. So they're not doing anything there. Now we go to the machine gun unit. This machine gun unit, retreat to cover. There is none for him to retreat to, but he will get to attack. And his attacks on 4s. And he ate against probably the lowest HE. So 1003, 1007, 912. He is going to go after 1007. So he'll try to go after this anti-tank team. Try to go after him. He's got 4s, so he needs 4s to hit. And he got 2 hits. 1007, his defense is 3. So he needs 3s. Nope, not this time. He's going to take a couple of hits. The first hit is no effect. The second hit is exposed. So nope, nothing really worried about to him. So not too bad. Finally, the anti-tank guns, with our trucks or mortar units, the anti-tank guns retreat to cover. So this anti-tank gun does retreat to this cover. His range is a 3, and he will attack. He can attack something, and he will go after 1007. But he is 3 hexes away, and he did move. And I don't know if he can attack. Let's see. Nope, he cannot attack at all because he moved. Anti-tank guns cannot move when they cannot attack after they move, so he will not do anything. This anti-tank gun cannot retreat to cover, but he will get to attack. And he's going to go after 391, which is a tank. So the anti-tank gun should go after a tank. So he is 3 X's away. So to hit him is a 5. He is 3 away. So you add 2. So he needs 7s. He got no hits. So this time the Polish forces really didn't do any damage to us this time. Now the question is, can we go ahead and knock him out? Can we knock him out? I may have the German forces be a little more aggressive here, as these guys are now all the way at the back, and I know I have to take out the tanks in order to win, in order to destroy this battalion. So now it is our turn, and let's see what we're going to do. 903 is our rifle squad, and he is our rifle squad, 903, and he is going to move, but he will not attack. He has 2 stress, and if I use him, I'd rather not in this case, because his stress level's at 4. Although he is good to 6, a -1 attack though. Oh wait, 903. 903 is a rifle team. Do I want him to go for it? You know what? It's the final battle. You know what? Can he move? Yeah, he can. You know what? We're going to do it. He's going to move and attack. So that's going to bring his stress level up to 4. 903. -2 attack when moving. So 903 is going to attack this machine gun unit here. So his range is, his HE attack is 6, -2 is 8. The commander gives him a +1, which is a 7. We get 1 from the infantry cohesion, so he needs 6s. So 6s to hit the machine gun team. And he got 1 hit. The machine gun team has a defensive 1, but he is in light cover, so he needs a 2 to survive. Nope. And the machine gun team is out. So a nice job by 903. 901 is our other rifle team, and he could move and attack if we want him to try. He's in good shape, and we're going to. And we are going to move him. He has only 2 stress on him. So by moving, it's 1 stress if move and attack. So the 2 now becomes, so he now has 3 stress on him. So he has 3 stress on him. And his HE attack is a 6. -2 attack, which is an 8, but he gets a +1, which is a 7. And he gets 1 from the and he gets 1 from the rifle anti-tank machine guns. So he needs 6s. This card, infantry cohesion, is really helping us out. So he needs 6s to hit this rifle squad. He got 1 hit. The rifle squad is a 2. He's in light cover, so he needs a 3. And yep, he's fine. Okay, couldn't kill him. So that Polish rifle squad stays put. Now let's see what we can do here. 1003 is our experienced anti-tank team, but he is out of range. So actually, he needs to move. He needs to move because everyone is over here. An anti-tank team only has a range of 1. And if I move him, he will be shaken. And it subtracts 2 from the roll, but only be a subtract of 1, really, because of infantry cohesion. So 1003, he is going to move. The experienced anti-tank team. So his AP attack, or do I just have him stay put and maybe knock out, go after the rifle units, I think. No, he's got to go after the tanks. He's anti-tank, have him take out the tanks. So 1003, he will move. His AP attack is 5, -1 is 6. But that stress is going to give him 2 stress, so now to make him a 4. We'll make him a 4 stress, which now makes him shaken. So it's a 6, -2 is 8. But with the infantry cohesion needs a 7. So he needs 7s, and he's going to go after this tank. So we need 7s to hit. Nope, no good. Got to get close, really do. We got to go after these guys. They are not moving forward. And even though I have all the cover here, I was taking a chance that maybe the Poles would get an aggressive dive, but they didn't. So they're being very cautious here. They're not coming. So I have to go to them. 1007 is the other experienced anti-tank team. He is exposed, but I'm going to have him stay put, and I'm going to have him try to go after the rifle squad. So his HE attack is 7. His HE attack is 7. Gets +1 from the commander, which is a 6. He is shaken, though, so it's -1 is 7. But it still becomes a 6 because of infantry cohesion. So 1007 needs a 6 to hit him. He got 2 hits, a 6 and a 7. The rifle squad has 2. He's in light cover, needs 3s. And he got a 2 and a 1. Dang. Next up is 912. 912 is also an anti-tank team. His HE attack is 8. He is okay, and he's going to go after the rifle squad. So his HE attack is 8. The captain gives him a +1, which is a 7. Infantry cohesion gives a +1, which is a 6. So he needs 6s to hit this rifle squad. And he got an 8 and a 9. So again, the rifle squad needs 3s. Not this time. Boom! We get him out of there. 911 is another anti-tank team. And he is going to, let's see. I'm going to have him move into this to go in the same hex as the rifle squad, but he is actually going to go after the half track. I think we can do him. Let's see if we can. 911, his stress, well, actually he can't. He can't move because the commander is cautious. But we will move him anyway, but not attack. Now let's get our tanks into the battle. 392 is our Panzer III. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go, he can move 2 spaces. Move 2 spaces. And we're going to go ahead and move 1, 2. I'm going to go right after this tank here. 392, his AP attack is 7, -1, which makes him an 8, but he gets +2 from the commander, which is a 6. He is a marksman, so he ignores the cover, although there is no cover. So the 392, so the Panzer III needs 6s to hit the tank. And he got a 7. He got a hit. The tank, though, has a defensive 2. No! Boom! We got him. We take out the enemy. We take out another Polish tank. And this guy did his job. 391. 391 is another Panzer III. And we're going to get him into the fight. We have to bring him forward. We're going to charge the rifle squad, and we're going to charge into the rifle squad, but he's actually not going to be the target. The target's going to be the half track. So his is a 7, -1 attack removing is 8, +2 is a 6 to the commander. So he needs 6s to hit that half track. He needs 6s to hit the half track. A 7 and a 5. He did get a hit. The half track needs a 1. Nope. Got a 2, but it won't save him. Boom! And we take out the half track. Actually, I used 441, right? Yeah, it was 391. He did that. 391 did it. Then finally, 441, the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV has an HE attack of 5. We got to get him into here. He's got to get into the battle. So he is going to go after the rifle squad, as the Panzer IV does better against infantry than it does. Brian Patterson joins us here on the battlefield. Sit rep. Well, we got off to an interesting start, but the Poles are pretty much getting beaten by superior German tactics, I should say. 441 is the Panzer IV. His HE attack is 5, -1 attack is 6. The captain gives him back a +1, so he needs a 5s. So he needs 5s to hit the rifle. And he got a 9 and a 10. He gets 2 hits. The rifle's in light cover, so he needs 3s to survive. He gets 1 3, but the 5 doesn't save him. Boom! And the rifle squad is eliminated. And a very nice job by the German forces here, as they're now approaching the back end of the Polish large armor force here. And that is our turn. The Polish force needs to be down to, the large armor force needs to be down to 18 to be reduced by half. And we have 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 15. It is now reduced to half. So this Polish large armor force has been reduced to half strength. So now it is -2 on the die rolls. It is -2 on the die rolls. So let's see what happens. So we have no tactics. It is up to them. So let's see what they do. Let's see what the Polish forces do. So no fast moving attack. We roll for enemy movement. It is a 2. -2 becomes a 0, and we may see some retreats. Let's find out. First, we'll do the tank, anti-tank and armored car. The tank says retreat to cover. There is no cover for it to retreat, but these tanks will attack. So this tank will attack. And he will go after, he will go after the armor piercing. He'll go after the anti-tank team, I would think. 911. I think he'd go after him. So he'll go after 911, which is anti-tank. To hit him is a 6. He is 2 hexes away, so it's 7. So he needs 7s to hit the 911. He got a hit. That's a 10. He does get a hit. 911, his defense is 2, but he is in light cover, so it's 3. And he will take a hit. And it is a casualty. So 911 takes a casualty. So if he takes another one, that unit is destroyed. The other tank says retreat to cover, but he can't. He will also attack 911. He is in range. So we also need 7s to hit. And he got an 8. 911 needs 3s. And he will be fine. So the 2 tanks fire back at the German anti-tank team, but they cannot defeat it, but they did cause some damage. Now that's the end for the tanks. There are no anti-tanks, and there is 1 armored car. The armored car retreats to cover, which he will do. He will retreat to cover. He is not in range of anything, so he will not attack. Yes, Panzer IVs were in service in 1939. They were short-nosed Panzer IVs. They were not the big ones. They were the older version of the Panzer IV in 1939. They were short-barreled Panzer IVs. They were short-barreled. They were better against infantry than they were against, at least in this game, these Panzer IVs are better against infantry than they are against tanks. The later Panzer IVs, I think, were better against tanks. So that is the armored cars. Now we go to these guys, and this could make a big difference because these guys, let's go to rifle. There are no rifle on the board. Now we go to half track. Half track stays straight retreat. So this half track retreats. So he is destroyed. This half track retreats. He is off the board. He is destroyed. This half track retreats, and he is destroyed. And that is it. The half track retreats. There are no machine gun teams. Have already eliminated him. Now we go, so all the half tracks have left. Now we have the truck, the mortars, and the anti-tank guns. We have no trucks, no mortars, but we have anti-tank guns, and they retreat. So this anti-tank gun retreats, and he is destroyed. This anti-tank gun retreats, and he is destroyed. So all that's left now is these Polish forces, the one armored car and two tanks. They are now down to 8 points. They need to be down to 7. All we have to do is destroy one more unit, and this battle and the campaign is ours. How about that? They all left. This, of course, is battle turn 3, by the way. So the Polish forces get off the board, and now it is our turn to see if we can finish them off. All we got to do is destroy one more force. One more unit. So the question is, who gets the coup de grace? Well, 392 is our short-nosed Panzer III, which is this guy. And he is not going to move. He is going to stay put because he can hit the armored car at range 2. So his AP attack is 7. The captain gives him a +1, which is a 5. He is a marksman, so he ignores the cover. So even though the armored car is I'm going to say that's a heavy cover hex, as there's a lot of trees there. That's a heavy cover hex. All right. 392 needs 5s to hit him, thanks to the commander, and he will avoid that cover. So does the 392 hit the armored car? 2 2s. No, he doesn't. So he can't get it done. Couldn't do it. 391 is next. We'll go with the tanks first. 391, he is in range of going after the tanks. And he is going to attack. He will move 1 hex because he will move 1 hex. He will move 1 hex. I don't think I want to put him in the same hex. It doesn't matter to do it. He's better from range, actually. His AP attack is 7, -1 is 8. Commander gives him +2, which is a 6. So he needs 6s to hit this tank. He gets a 10 and a 1. The tank is a defensive 2. No cover. A 2 or lower, he survives. Nope, it's an 8. Boom! We take out the Polish tank, and that destroys that. That brings the battalion down to 5 points, which is lower than which is lower than the 7. The Polish force is eliminated. 1A is gone. And the Germans will break out of Mokra. They will break out of Mokra here in cutoff. They will gain back to get out of there. If they get 5 experience points, they add 13. That makes it 18. They get a great evaluation. The German army defeats the Polish forces again, and they will be able, they were cut off, but they will now be able to link up with the main forces in Poland. And that is your battle. Pretty much, really, they were outnumbered against the large armor force. They were outnumbered. But the German army was able to push forward and get the job done. They get the job done. So Poland Mokra 1939 will end in a great evaluation. And for the heck of it, we will pull another event card for the bottom to see what the next would have been. And it is Allied Armor. Add 1 to all assault battalion operational move rolls at the end of the week. So if there was another week, all assault battalion operational move rolls over here would have been added to 1, which means that the Allied armor forces would have been pushing forward into us. But that doesn't matter, as the Polish large armor force is wiped out, and the Germans continue to, well, they do take out Poland. They will capture, of course, we all know what happened after September of 1939. Germany did capture Poland. The Russians did attack from the east, which pretty much sealed Poland's fate. And that is it. So that does it for Tiger Leader. As we go ahead, we finish with a great evaluation. Not too bad. The Polish forces, yes, are pretty weak. They do not hit very well. But the next time we visit Tiger Leader, it will be in France, 1940, as we now move in against the French units, and they are much tougher. They are much tougher. We'll see how we do with the French units. So a good victory for Germany. So that will complete Tiger Leader for now. Tomorrow night, we're going to go back to the Atlantic. We're going to do a short U-boat patrol. We're going to go back to U-boat Leader for another trip in the Battle of the Atlantic. We'll do a short patrol, so it's only one. It's only one patrol per sub, but we may put together a number of subs at the same time. So we'll see what happens. We will see. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, Sunday. I'm not going to do anything, and I'm still waiting for Warfighter. I don't think I'll get Warfighter until the Monday. But Monday, it's not World War II anymore. Monday, we've got baseball once again. I know everybody's waiting for it, so it's finally here. After taking a month off, it's time to get back to Inside Pitch. As we all know, that next up is opening day of the 1981 season, and it should be a blast. And I know pretty much all of my subscribers, I know, can't wait for baseball to start up again. That's okay. Neither can I. I'm having fun here with World War II. It's nice to add something more to the channel, but we got to get back to baseball. So it's a victory for Germany here. A great evaluation in the campaign. Brian Patterson, Steeler fan, thank you very much for joining me. Please leave a like on your way off the battlefield. Subscribe if you've not done so to anyone who visits later, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for some U-boat Leader as we go back to the North Atlantic. Germany finishes off the Polish armies in Mokra 1939. We get a great evaluation for the cutoff objective, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.